sighed like a deflating air mattress and waved her inside. Her windowless office was lined with fake oak panels and smelled strongly of artificial pine cone. "Yes, Bloom, fine. Is this about the Leviathan report? It's due today, you know. I'll have it finished by the end of business." Holly found herself standing almost to attention in front of Miss Nicholson's desk. "No, this is about the Saturnalia. You're sending a team to fix their communications issue, right?" "How do you know about that?" Frowning, Aria Nicholson gave her own workstation a quick check. "That order's barely been in my inbox 3 minutes. Are you sticking your nose places it doesn't belong, Bloom?" Holly swallowed hard and tried to keep her hands from fidgeting. "I was rather hoping I could volunteer for the assignment, Miss Nicholson." "Volunteer? Why on earth would you want to do that?" "You are sending an analyst, aren't you?" "Of course we are. How else is the company supposed to know how much this is going to cost us? I'm just questioning why you, of all people, should want the assignment. You're not exactly the zealous type, let's be honest." Aria Nicholson leaned across her desk and fixed Holly with an expectant glare, capable of wilting the hardiest thistle. It was like staring into a heat lamp. Holly cast her eyes down to her shoes before she could stop herself, and prayed she didn't start sweating. "There aren't many opportunities to travel off-world for a woman in my position," she replied, lifting her eyes slightly. "And, well, I was rather hoping it might elevate my position within the company. I've always fancied moving into the Defence Division one day." Ms. Nicholson continued staring at Holly and tapped a manicured fingernail against the faux leather mat covering her side of the desk. It's not a comfortable journey, you know, and you won't get treated like a resident while you're there." "I understand that." "I was going to send Glasspool. The boy's been before, knows his way around the station, gets on well with the administrator. Smart lad." Presently, there came a knock at the office door. A spectacled man with fluffy pumpkin-coloured hair poked his head through the frame. "You asked to see me, Miss Nicholson?" Their supervisor studied the young man without word, turned her attention back to Holly while chewing her bottom lip, and then waved Glasspool away. "False alarm, Glasspool. Back to your desk." "Right you are, miss." The man eagerly retracted his head from the doorway. Holly's stomach tied itself into a double fisherman's knot. Was she actually being given the assignment? Not knowing whether to feel thrilled or frightened, she settled for mild nausea instead. Aria Nicholson broke into a wry smile. "I always knew you had the spark," she said, waggling a finger at Holly with one hand and swiping through the messages on her monitor with the other. "One day," I told myself, "that girl's going to realise her true potential at Flynn. Would sure be good to see another woman leading a team. How much do you know about Saturnalia?" "The space station?" Holly pouted as she feigned ignorance. "Only what everyone else knows. It's a haven for the hyper-rich that shares an orbit around Saturn with its moon, Titan. Founded by a conglomerate formed of the richest families on Earth. Wasn't Flynn Industries the majority shareholder?" "Second largest," Nicholson corrected her. "But Albert Flynn, God rest his soul, was given charge of the shared assets, yes. These days most of the company's focus is on constructing new Terran settlements, of course. But it also has contracts for the UEC military, and we coordinate regular supply shipments to Saturnalia. You remember how much hassle the Bradley delivery caused us?" "That was only last week." "Is this comms blackout something we should be concerned about?" "Not in the slightest." Nicholson shut her eyes and shook her head. "Happens all the time. Something about the rotation of Saturn distorts the signal. Don't ask me why. The company's looking into it. Normally, it sorts itself out after a few hours, but it's been a full day since anyone heard from the crew. Could be a glitch, could be a comm array malfunction. That's why we send a team in to check everyone's safe and ensure those rich bigwigs don't think we've forgotten about them."